joint winner, ladies and gentlemen, Dan Foss. Would you like to say a few words?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to thank the panel of jury, those who have worked very hard to select these winners. And I would like to thank all the people there in Danfoss, in Denmark, those who have worked for innovation, for developing this product. Thank you very much.
Well done, Dan Foss. Thank you. Now, as mentioned earlier, trophy is going to be handed over to the winners after the ceremony. The handover will include a group photograph session on the stage. So at the end of the evening, we'll ask you all onto the stage for that group photograph, and then we're going to take you out into the foyer for individual photographs, and you'll all be featured in the December edition of Climate Control magazine. Don't want to miss that for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, the final joint winner in the category of Best Manufacturer Refrigeration Equipment. They've asked me to reveal the winner. Best Manufacturer Refrigeration Equipment in Refrigeration, Gudna. That's our third joint winner, Gudna Coils and Heat Exchangers. Congratulations, Gudna. If I could ask one of you to join me here at the microphone to say a few words.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Second time in a row, it feels really good. First of all, congratulations to the other two winners of this category, Bitsa and Danfoss. And a big thank you to my team, which has actually won this entire award. Even today, my colleagues are in different parts of the world for work. So this is for them, and to the two special ladies in our team who are the anchor of our team, without whom success was impossible. Thank you.
Well done, Gudna, and well done to our three joint winners, first time in our annual award ceremony. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to pass the microphone to Frédéric Bayet, the Managing Director and Associate Publisher, for his address. Ladies and gentlemen, my good friend, Frédéric Bayet.
Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and distinguished guests. Wow. What can I say? It's a great feeling to see so many friends and also new faces tonight amongst you who, despite the Big Five show and your busy schedules, took time to see who will win tonight the much coveted Climate Control Awards. I must apologize if I could not personally greet every one of you as I much would have liked to, but hopefully we'll have the opportunity later on in the evening. As you know, it is the second edition of this event, and I hope that you are all having a delightful evening. I must say that my mobile phone has been quite busy these last few days, with people asking me if they won and so on. All I will say is that I probably would not be here tonight if I knew, because it would spoil my own fun. So I would like to thank our distinguished panel of judges for their invaluable contribution over the last few months, KPMG as well for the valued supervision, and above all the companies who have submitted their entries for this award ceremony, and of course our sponsors who rendered this event possible with their generous support. The increasing number of participating companies is in itself a testimony of success of this event, and I suggest that we give them all a warm round of applause, as they are all winners in their own right tonight. Now, having founded what remains until today the first ever focused HVACR publication in the Middle East, called, as you know, Climate Control Middle East, we feel also particularly proud tonight to have also created this platform for the industry to encourage innovation and to reward excellence in several disciplines. I must say that I can feel the tension and the expectation in the room tonight. Maybe not amongst those who've already won, of course. It's a feeling of elation, hopefully, and I will try to lighten things up for you this evening. Now, if I had to choose a secondary theme to be given to tonight's award ceremony, apart from self-actualization, of course, personally, I would choose music. Some of you might indeed question the connection between music and the HVACR industry. But let me please illustrate with some anecdotes and examples that it is not as remote as you would think. First of all, I fondly recall having to stop my colleague Surrender, who's here tonight, the editor of the magazine. He's probably going to kill me afterwards, from wanting to name one of our events concerning the comparison of traditional air conditioning, AC, thank you, versus district cooling, also known as DC. Okay? Now, this is probably what the event logo would have looked like. Now you understand why I had to stop him. But at least let us recognize Surrender's undeniable talent in this field, if you may, by giving him the award for the best acronym maker in the industry, please. Anyway. It's here. It's here, but I know how shy you are, so if you don't want to come upstairs, I'll put it in your office. Okay. Let's give him again a warm round of applause for Surrender, please. Thank you. Now, do we have anybody from the United Kingdom in the audience tonight? Okay. If anybody from the States, we probably have to split the star-spangled banner now. But anyway, you will probably not know that air conditioning was the November 1970 debut album by British rock band Curved Air. You can all Google it, I'm not lying to you. It reached number 8 in the UK albums chart in December 1970, so there you go, another connection. Now, earlier this year, at one of our food chain events in Dubai, I was given the task of choosing appropriate music for the trophy ceremony in honor of our sponsors. So I very innocently chose the track that you will hear in a little while. And after Mike Thompson of Train came on stage to claim his trophy, he looked at me and said, "Oh, by the way, thank you very much for the music." And I, as you can imagine, stood surprised by the remark. And then I realized that I had chosen this track. People all over the world, everybody, join in, start a love tree, which you could probably hear can also be read as Love Train. Who is here tonight, obviously. No wonder Mike was very happy. And to make things even worse for myself, guess who the next recipient of the trophy was, while the music was still playing, of course. It was none other than Dr. Anwar Hassan of Johnson Controls. But I must say that he took it like the perfect gentleman he is, and with a great sense of humor. So there you are, ladies and gentlemen. I had goofed up on this occasion, but I'm sorry, I'm no Richard Branson. Even if he also started his career in magazine publishing, as of today, I still have no airline. Sadly, the only hairline that I have is a receding one on the top of my head, according to my lovely wife. You may also wonder why I mentioned Richard Branson. Well, In my books, since we are at an award ceremony, I think it deserves the award for biggest public blunder ever. If you have read, that is, his fantastic book called Losing My Virginity, then you would know that at one of his functions organized to thank the sponsors of one of his transatlantic crossings, he got up on stage and profusely thanked Shell again and again for their wonderful support of his personal venture. But wondering why nobody was clapping and why his PR agent in the audience was in tears, he suddenly realized that his main sponsor was not Shell, but BP, British Petroleum. So there you go. Anyway, back to the music, and tonight, for political correctness and objectivity, we carefully selected the music program and ensured that no song of that particular band either lucky company, they should probably buy the rights to that song. Later on this evening, to further that connection between music and HVACR, we have also planned a music quiz during which you will have to guess the artist or the band or the title or the track, anything goes, which will be played for a few seconds. And after that, the right guesser will give us to the lady the hostess in the audience, his or her business card, which will go into a draw for which LG has kindly donated a 32-inch LED TV. So please be all ears, especially as well during the piano recital at around 10:15, and good luck to all of you. And at last but not least, proving that the HVACR industry also has other talents amongst its own, a surprise guest will also join at the end of the evening the V3 band for a unique appearance. But we shall keep it under wraps for now. But let me tell you that this will be also an open opportunity for all of you out there in future award ceremony should you wish to participate. So feel free to approach us on this occasion. And now, I would also like obviously to extend a special thanks to our sponsors. Now, sponsoring the awards, as you all understand by now, does not guarantee winning, obviously, but it means supporting the initiative of recognizing the very best of HVACR-related engineering practices, innovations, and achievements. It also acts as a powerful reinforcement of your company's leadership status. To that effect, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call on stage and thank LG, our gold sponsor. Surrender, you want to come? Somebody from LG can come, please. Thank you again to LG, please, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, let's give him a warm applause. And next, we have Duck Socks in our silver sponsor category, please. If they can come on stage. Also amongst our silver sponsors, we have Green. If we can have a representative on stage as well, please. And of course, we have next Transgulf Electromechanical. If they could please again come on stage. Thank you so much to Transgulf for their support. Thank you. Now, in the next category, the bronze sponsors, we have a company called Emicool. If they could come on stage, please. The next company in that very same category will be Gulf Sail Trading. Please on stage. Thank you again to Gulf Sail. The next company will be Sanua in our bronze sponsor category, please. And at last but not least, of course, the last company in that category, it always is in alphabetical order, of course, is US Chillers Services, please. Thank you again to US Chillers for their support. And the next category now is our, in fact, a special category sponsor. Highfield, please. Thank you to Highfield for their support. And of course, next we have KPMG, our knowledge partner. If we can have them on stage, please. Thank you very much to KPMG for supporting this initiative. And finally, on to our entertainment partner, Yamaha. If there's anybody in the audience from Yamaha. I don't think there is. Next one would be the luxury transportation partner. And please make sure again that you have put all your cards in the bowl at the entrance, as there will be later on a raffle in which you can win a luxury limousine ride. So make sure you have done that. So thank you very much to all our sponsors. Can we give them a final round of applause, please? Thank you so much for rendering this event possible. And even though LG is our top sponsor tonight, back to music, sadly we have not included Gangnam Style as part of the musical program this evening. So I'm sorry, some of you had already been practicing at home. So I would like to express now my special thanks to the full organizing committee of the awards, namely Surrender, Maywish, Fatima, Rukaya, Stephanie, Kevin, Getty. Can you join me, please, in a warm round of applause? And now, in true French style, I would like to wish you bon appétit, une très bonne soirée. Merci, thank you.